Here we are in section 2.3, exercises part C with the chapter 2 exam review. Solutions to numbers 10 through 18. Number 10, use the formula for distance, rate, and time. You can pull that out of your book, and it is distance equals rate times time, or they may have had written rate times time equals distance. So using this formula, let's do this one. Distance is going to be rate times time. And you'll notice that it's miles per hour times hours, so the hours will cancel and it will end up with miles. But let's take 6 times 19, punch that in on a calculator. 6 times 19 equals 114, and that will be 114 miles. Let's double check that in the answers. And there we have it, 114 miles. Number 11. Rate is 65 kilometers per hour. Time is 4.3 hours. So the distance is going to be rate 65 kilometers per hour times 4.3 hours. The hours will cancel like that and you'll be left with kilometers. 65 times 4.3. Let's punch in our calculator. 65 times 4.3 equals 279.5 kilometers. And double check that answer. And it is indeed 279.5 kilometers. Number 12, the rate is 36 feet per second, 2 1/3 seconds. So seconds will cancel when we times them. 36 times 2 1/3. Good. Let's punch that in on a calculator. 36 times, I'm going to have to put this in parentheses, 2 plus 1 divided by 3, close the parentheses. So I just did 36 times 2 plus 1/3. So that's 2.333333 is 2 1/3. Now I hit equals one more time and it gives me the answer, 84 feet. Let's double check that answer. And yes, 84 feet is the answer. Number 13, use the formula for interest. The formula for interest was that the amount equals the principal times 1 plus the interest rate all to the y power or the t power. So the amount of time goes up here. So this is going to be 2,800 times 1 plus 0.07 all to the 4th power. Let's punch that into the calculator, make sure we can get it. 2,800 times 1 plus 0.07 is 1.07 to the 4th power equals 3,670.23 if we round to the nearest penny. So $3,670.23. Let's double check our answer. 3,670.23. Number 14. A is going to be P, that's 5,000. Times 1 plus 0.06, that's going to be 1.06, all to the 9th power. Let's punch that into our calculator. 5,000 times 1.06 raised to the 9th power equals 8447.39. It will round down to 39 cents. So 8447.39. And that will be in dollars. Let's double check our answer, 8447.39. Number 15, same formula, 300, 1 plus 0.13 all to the 7th power. So punch that into a calculator and we get $300 at 13% interest rates. We're going to times by 1.13, that's 1 plus 0.13, raised to the 7th power. And notice this will follow the order of operations by raising it to the exponent before multiplying by the 300, and we get 705.78. 705.78. And let's check our answer. 705.78. Good. Number 16, using the formula for money totals, and you may have to make up your own. So let's look at each one of them to see what we get. When Q stands for quarters, D for dimes, and N for nickels. So on this one, the total value is going to equal, we have quarters and dimes, so it's going to be 0.25 for the number of quarters plus 0.10 for the number of dimes. So as we stick those in, we will get it equals 0.25 times 15 plus 0.1 times 27. So that'll equal 3.75, and you may need to punch that into a calculator, plus 2.7. When we add those two together, we get 2.7 plus 3.75 will be 6.45. So that is $6.45, and let's check our answer. $6.45. Number 17. The equation on this one, we have pennies and dimes, so our total value will be 1 cent for each penny and 10 cents for each dime, and there's our formula that will work for this one. We'll put 3 in for the pennies and 25 in for the number of dimes, so we get 0.01 times 30 plus 0.1 times 25. So this would be 0.30 plus 2.5. Adding those together, we get 2.8, which is $2.80. Let's double check our answer. $2.80. And the last one. Here we have a much larger equation. So the value is going to be equal to, we have pennies, so 1 cent for every penny, plus 25 cents for every quarter, since we're having quarters, and nickels, so that we have 5 cents for every nickel. Inserting the number of pennies, quarters, and nickels into that formula, we get that the value is going to be equal to 0.01 times 37 plus 0.25 times 23 plus 0.05 times 7. So that will equal 0.37 plus, now 25 cents times 23, that will be 5.75 plus 0.35. Add those together. Let's get our calculator out, and we have 0.37 plus 5.75 plus 0.35 equals $6.47. Let's double check our answer. We have $6.47 for number 18.